Hello, everyone. Today we're talking about Black Ops 7. Well, I haven't even introduced myself. Where are my manners? Welcome back to the Big Slosh channel. And yes, today we're talking about the interesting decisions behind Black Ops 7 and kind of just the evolution of modern day Call of Duty as a whole. Now, I grew up kind of playing Call of Duty. I grew up playing Halo and Call of Duty were like the two big first-person shooters that I had experience with. And every time a new Call of Duty game comes out, all it does is make me want to play the older Call of Duty games. Like, I see a new Call of Duty, and I'm like, wow, that looks terrible. Let me play the older Call of Duty games instead. But with that short introduction out of the way, if you like the Big Slosh channel, if you like the gameplay, or if you like my discussions, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'd really appreciate it. So, back to the topic of the newer Call of Duty games kind of growing stale. I referenced earlier that they're bad, and I'll be honest, when I look at these games, I don't even know if I would say they're bad games. They're just not Call of Duty games. So, like, a good example is the Black Ops 7. Like, all of the bosses and the way that the gameplay works, or the gaminess of the campaign, if that makes sense. They're taking creative decisions on the campaign that make it more like a video game instead of a grounded, realistic shooter type game. And I feel like that's not necessarily a bad thing, but when you take it into account the history of Call of Duty and the history of the game, that's when it starts to get kind of muddy. I think if the Black Ops 7 campaign wasn't the campaign and it was like a zombies campaign, people would look at it maybe a little bit differently. They would maybe like it a little bit more, as long as the game also came with a more grounded, more realistic campaign. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. Let me kind of just also talk about like my brief history with Call of Duty. So I started playing Call of Duty and I played all of these games you see on screen right now. So this would kind of be seen as like the golden era of Call of Duty. And you might have noticed there is one game missing. I never really played Modern Warfare 2, not intentionally. I just never thought I needed to play Modern Warfare 2. I had Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 3, and I honestly saw Black Ops 2 as a little bit of a Modern Warfare type game. So I just never really considered getting Modern Warfare 2. But these are the Call of Duty games that I played the most. And honestly, these are the Call of Duty games that I still go back to. I mean, I'm playing Modern Warfare 3 in this video. But I did play some of the newer ones that came out in the previous decade, but it was basically just these games on screen. So I played Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 for the zombies. And technically Black Ops 3, I didn't even get it when it came out. I got it years later for my Steam Deck so that I could play zombies on the go. And then I played Modern Warfare Remastered and Modern Warfare Remake, kind of for the campaign, but I'll be honest, I didn't really play a lot of the Modern Warfare Remake specifically. I think I probably spent a total of 6 hours on that game before I kind of just stopped playing. And since then, I've been out of the whole Call of Duty franchise. And like I said, I still go back to play the older games. I also have been playing World at War recently. And they're fun. They're really fun games. And it's kind of like Activision has been having a bit of an identity crisis. And, they also used AI. There's been that whole debacle. But I kind of just want to talk about the game itself, and more so like the realism campaign just kind of going away. A lot of people have been saying that Black Ops 7 feels like a DLC for Black Ops 6. And that's kind of funny because that same criticism came up with Modern Warfare 3 Remake versus the Modern Warfare 2 Remake. And they both had the same development happen, where Modern Warfare 2 came out, then a year later Modern Warfare 3 came out, and people were like, this doesn't have a lot to it. This feels more like a DLC. Same thing happened with Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7. Black Ops 7 came out a year after Black Ops 6, and now people are saying this feels like a glorified DLC rather than a full game. And another reason why I can't really play a lot of these newer Call of Duty games is they're just so massive. You know, maybe it's changed, but Modern Warfare was like this huge game, like file size. It took up so much of my space on my Xbox One at the time, to the point where I was just like, what's the point of having this in my game folder when I can have all of the old Call of Duty games that are like only 10 gigabytes and not worry about losing 200 gigs on one singular Modern Warfare game. And to my knowledge, I wouldn't be surprised if the newer Call of Duty games are just the same way, where again, it's like 200 gigs for one game. I feel like that's not worth it. I like smaller file sizes for my games, especially if the game's worthwhile. But yeah, I'm just disappointed with where Call of Duty is going. Not even necessarily because I want to play Call of Duty again, or like I want to play a newer Call of Duty again. It's just, you know, you're watching something you grew up with kind of go down the wrong path. Like an old friend from high school delving into those drugs. It's so you're watching from a distance like, oh man, I really liked him. He was a good friend. That's kind of how I feel about Call of Duty right now. I mean, honestly, I think the same thing goes for Halo. You know, I grew up with Halo, still play the older campaigns, but new Halo has been kind of struggling. And I feel like this doesn't even really just go for Call of Duty or Halo. This goes for a lot of like different games that were really popular in the 2000s that have kind of fallen off. But, you know, I think Call of Duty also really got so big into the zombies aesthetic and the zombies type of gameplay that they kind of just lost everything else. Which, you know, like the game that I played the most out of the newer Call of Duty games was probably Black Ops 4, because Black Ops 4 had zombies, and that was kind of the only thing I could really play single player, since Black Ops 4 didn't even have a campaign. And I delve into multiplayer every now and then, but I'm really a single player type of game experience type of person, mainly because I suck at multiplayer. You know, if I'm up against a bot, I'll take him down. But as soon as there's another person on the other side, I suck. Even games that are like notoriously difficult, if they're single player, I'll play them, I'll do good at them. Again, as soon as there's someone else on the other side of that screen, I'm cooked. I'm not good at multiplayer. I feel like it's kind of one of those situations like when someone's watching you play and you just start doing terribly. That's me on any multiplayer game. I mean, it's been a while since I've played Call of Duty in general. I mean, even in this gameplay you're seeing right here, I get pretty close to dying a few times. But I do miss the old Call of Duty and like the old realism of it. Because I feel like this game this game, Modern Warfare 3, I don't even know how many years old it is. It's like, 12, 13 years old? I feel like this still looks really good to me. this looks like a really good game, graphically speaking. So I could just go back and play this game whenever I want and not worry about how I feel about modern Call of Duty. You know, and I still have Modern Warfare Remastered, and that's still a pretty good game too. And I guess technically I have Infinite Warfare. I only really played a few levels, but I just got it so I could get the Modern Warfare Remaster. Which is kind of how they pulled in a lot of people for that game, I feel like. Heck, I had... This is more of just going on a tangent at this point, but I had all of the old DS Call of Duty games. Every single one. From Modern Warfare to Modern Warfare 3, every single one had a DS spin-off game, and technically Black Ops 2 had a spin-off PS Vita game, which I also had. And I kind of enjoyed that one, I'll be honest, because it had a survival mode. I like survival mode. I don't know what it is about survival mode. I like zombies too, but being able to enjoy the combat loop of the campaign in a survival format is enjoyable to me. Like fighting Russian soldiers in a survival horde mode type of gameplay. I think it's fun. But anyways, I kind of just wanted to ramble, talk about the modern state of Call of Duty and then what I enjoyed about the older Call of Duty games. Anyways, I hope you guys stay safe out there, and bye-bye, everybody.